YouTube, it's Gadget Pilot, and I would like to welcome you all on this video. In today's video, I'm making this video for all the beginners of Infinite Flight, and also for some of the older pilots that don't know some tricks about Infinite Flight and how things should be in according to some parts of real life. So this tutorial is called the basic Infinite Flight tutorial, and it's part 1 of this video, guys. So in part 1 we're going to go ahead and see the basics of Infinite Flight, especially as well as pushback, making a flight plan, and taxiing to runway. Okay guys, if you have any questions after the video, please do not hesitate to comment below, and I'll be happy to help everyone out. First of all, we have the categories of Infinite Flight, which is solo mode and live. Okay, as a beginner, I suggest you start off with solo, so you can learn the basics of the game and see how the way aircrafts fly and choosing your best aircraft. On live mode, you're going to be playing with other players, guys. There's a lot of fun going in live mode, which you can fly with your friends, and also you will be more comparing to it with real life experiences, especially when you have ATC going around. So this is the basics, and I'm gonna go ahead and see the first category, which is you're gonna see aircraft, and by pressing on it you see on your left hand side all the aircrafts that Infinite Flight has available. Don't forget, guys, that most of the aircrafts are paid. You have to pay for them to download. There are some free aircrafts for you guys to start with, like the Airbus A380, the Boeing 747, I think it's the 200 model, can't remember to be honest, and some other aircrafts as well, which you can get for free. Okay guys, so for this tutorial I'll be flying with the Airbus A321 Thomas Cook livery, so I'm just going to press OK. Second in line, you're going to see like the world. So by pressing on it, it's the different maps that Infinite Flight also has available at the moment. Starting off with Amsterdam, Caribbean, Charlotte, Chicago, Denver, Hawaii, London, New York, Oshkosh, Paris, San Francisco, Seattle, Singapore, Southern California, Southern Florida, and Sydney. These are the maps available now in Infinite Flight, guys. So as today I'll be flying in London map. That's it. So by pressing on the London map, or any map you guys want, you're going to see on your left hand side all the available cities and airports that you want to fly from, and also on your right hand side you're going to see different runways and parkings, like the stands. So I'll be starting off with Heathrow, and I'm going to press OK, and on the third in line you're going to see like a cloud and a sun and moon. By pressing this in the solo mode, guys, you're gonna get all the settings of your weather conditions, so you can choose your visibility, wind directions, wind velocity, wind gust, turbulence, and temperature. So you guys can go ahead and set the ones you want in solo mode. When playing online, you can't set the weather, guys, because the weather is live, so it's according to real weather conditions on the map you chose. And the last in line, guys, by pressing, you choose whether you're gonna fly at night, sunset, noon, or sunrise. I'm just gonna have this for now at noon time. That's it, guys. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we press on the fly. Let's go ahead. Alright guys, we are now in the game. So this is what you're gonna get at the beginning as soon as you press on the screen, and this is what happens when you spawn. Sorry about that. So what will happen now, guys, you have a lot of options to choose from. On the right hand side, by pressing the camera and just moving your finger left and right, you just see different camera modes. So you can choose what camera you want to be looking at, and also by pressing it on the up and down as well, you can change the settings of the camera view. Alright guys, first thing you have to do is you have to know the basics about the instruments of the aircraft, and we have all our instruments. On the left is the throttle. By pressing it up, forward and back, you can see it moving, and that's giving the power to the aircraft without moving. It's like the gas on your car. And also you're gonna check the speed, which is the autopilot, is the auto throttle. The heading, by pressing heading now, it's locked at 326 degrees, which is the way my aircraft is facing now. And altitude is to set your altitude, which altitude you want to fly with. Let's say you're gonna set it up to 22,000 feet, for example. And as soon as you take off, by pressing it, the aircraft is going to be climbing to the altitude you have set with the vertical speed. The vertical speed, guys, depending on what you guys want, I mostly suggest for most aircrafts climb between 280 to 3,400 and 2,800. I'm sorry. Alright guys, depending on the aircraft model. We're going to be looking at the autopilot as soon as we take off, so I'll be showing you guys everything about it, and you guys will understand the use of each autopilot system. Second of all, by pressing on the, it shows you like there's a sheets. On the sheets, by pressing this, guys, and moving it on to your right and letting go, you will get on the map, so you can see all the airports going on around you. And this is out by zooming in and zooming out of the runway. You will see the runways and where you see our location. So now, guys, so always try to remember when you're playing on solo mode, just always choose a runway in green. Like now they are all in green, so you can choose any of them to take off from or land at. For now, we're going to be using runway 27 right. This is changes when you're playing on online, guys, because when playing online and when you have ATC, the ATC controller will give you the takeoff runway, so they will tell you to taxi to the runway they want you to take off from. For example, they will tell you to taxi to runway 27 and contact tower when ready. So I'll explain this in another part. Alright guys, this is about flight planning mostly, so I'll just make sure to give you guys the exact information on how to set a good flight plan. Alright, you can see waypoints, all the points in green, guys, sorry, in the triangles you can see around here, they are all waypoints that you can set, and the lines, the white lines here going around, is the airways that you can take if you want to use the airways. For now, guys, I'm gonna just try and get a quick flight plan for you guys. So first of all, you have this plus, which you can also zoom in and zoom out. You see that like a target, when you're pressing the target, it will get you, let's say if you are here, you can't see your aircraft, and by pressing on the target it appears at your aircraft location, so you can see instead of doing this manually. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and make a quick flight plan. I'm gonna press on this waypoint here, and you're gonna press first of all to direct your aircraft to this waypoint, and after this point you'll be choosing one by one your waypoints. So my second waypoint will be here, and you're just gonna press add to FPL, which is flight plan, add to flight plan. Then you're gonna go ahead and get another waypoint, add, and then again add to another one, and etc, guys, until you get your location. So for now, let's say I want to go to Birmingham Airport, which is here. Oops, sorry guys, which is here. Here you can see Birmingham, and we should be landing at runway 33, as they are both again in green. So I'm gonna make a flight plan flying towards runway 33. So you're going to be choosing each and every waypoint, and again here, and again on the airport. There we go. So guys, if you zoom out the map, you can see a flight plan going on. Sorry about this, guys. I just have some of my members trying to contact me. Alright, so you can see the flight plan going from here down towards up towards Birmingham Airport. This is it about flight planning. By pressing the map, you can see all you need to know about your waypoints that we just have inset to this map. So you can choose all your waypoints. You can also delete waypoints by pressing on here. You can delete a waypoint that you don't like, and also you can see the distance away from your waypoints from your location now. And also, as soon as you, let's say you're using this waypoint, this flight plan, and you already have landed, you can press active leg and each and every one again, and you can get your flight plan back down to London Heathrow Airport. Okay, so let's press again on the map. You can choose the top one. Alright guys, you can see the runway information from runway. This is about Birmingham Airport, so you can see the length and how long the runway is for you guys, which is really cool. And all that's, and by pressing up you can still see all the information about your flight planning. As soon as you take off, it will appear the estimated time that you should be arriving in each and every waypoint. Alright guys, I hope you guys understood this until now. And then we're gonna press on by pulling it to the right, the sheets to the right. Then you're gonna see new icons appear on your right hand side, which is no smoking, bell and seat belts, landing lights, strobe lights. Okay, alright guys, we're going to see about this on to the next part. I just want to cut the story short now. So this is our aircraft, and now we are about to push back. So I'm just going to show you what happens with pushback. This including solo mode. If you are in live mode, guys, you need to request for your pushback and wait for clearance by the controller. It will give you the okay to push back. Okay, so we're going to see this again. Yeah, I have most of my videos in Infinite Flight is about live gameplay, so you guys can have a look what happens in live gameplay. In this tutorial, I just want you to know the basics of how to fly an aircraft and everything about Infinite Flight gameplay. Right guys, so first of all, we're going to go ahead and push back. You need to calibrate, since if you're moving your device, you have to keep your device steady, especially when taking off and landing. It has to be steady, and you have to remember your position of calibration. If not, for now you can just press on here and press on the calibrate, and now your device has been reset to the position you're holding it now. So we're gonna go ahead and push back. Now guys, for the pushback, you only switch on your smoking, the no smoking and the seat belts, nothing else. So we are pushing back. Try to keep the aircraft in line as I am now. Okay, and also start turning. There are airports that show you when to start turning. You just need your front wheel to be touching the yellow lines. So now I want to line up with this yellow line that you guys can see right there. Lines up. to try in the cockpit map the cockpit camera, guys. If you're not, you guys can use this camera, the first one, which is the heading camera. Sorry, the first camera. But I'll be using the cockpit camera so I can look around as well. I just like doing that, depending on your likes. Alright guys, once we have stopped pushback and we are ready to taxi, we don't have taxi lights, so I'm just going to switch on my landing lights. If we had taxi lights, then we don't switch on our landing and just use taxi lights for taxi to active runway. So now we are ready to start our taxi. Try and stay on the line as much as possible, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and use the pilot instruments. So release your brakes and then slowly get your throttle just to start moving. Be careful, guys, especially when you're playing online. Try and stay below 30 knots of airspeed. That's it. And try also to stay on the line as much as possible. Okay, so that's you need to stay in line. Guys, by zooming in the map from here, you can see how far you are from your runways, since we are taxiing to runway 27. By the way, flaps, you always set your flaps before taxiing, guys, so I forgot to do that, to be honest, sorry. So you have to set your flaps. Each aircraft has its own flap settings for takeoff. For this aircraft, I'm going to be using flaps 1. Some aircraft it's 5%, some 15, etc., etc. So for this the Airbus A320, I'm going to be using flaps 1 for takeoff. Guys, now I'm gonna go and move to get closer to the runway as much as possible as we're taxiing. And we are almost at runway 27. Try and get your aircraft at the beginning, at the start of the runway, guys. Okay. Always if you're playing online, you have to stop right here where this yellow and black line. This is for bigger aircraft, so I'm just going to go a bit forward to the other black and yellow line, which is here. You can see it right in front of me now. So this is where the aircraft is going to stop and wait for clearance before entering the runway when you're playing online. That's it, guys. At this point, like I said, you need to wait for tower to give you the K to take off. You change frequency now from ground to tower when playing online. At solo, you don't need to. Always when playing, guys, at this point, you switch on your strobe lights as you are in line for takeoff. This is for you guys to be visual from other aircrafts. So that's where the strobe lights are used for. The navigation lights that you guys can see here is when the aircraft is stopped and when it's the green and red lights that you have on the wing. On your right wing you see the green, and on your left wing it should be red. That's your navigation lights. Is when the aircraft is going to fall. Let's say you see two aircrafts at night time and you see the navigation lights, the other pilots coming from the other side know which direction the aircraft is flying to. Navigation lights is useful, guys, so I hope you guys understand this. Okay, so now we are ready for takeoff. Brakes off, and again follow the taxi lights, sorry, the taxi lines down to the runway. And this is called the line up to the runway. So we're lining up, guys, getting the center line, the big white lines in the triangle in front. I'll call this a triangle, like here. Let me just show you on the heading. 8UD camera, this in line with the white taxi light, sorry, runway lights. Sorry, runway lines, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Okay, this is our aircraft and we are ready for takeoff. So always remember, guys, keep your aircraft steady. Slowly push your throttle forward. Do not use 100% of power, guys. Just try to get your N1 about 95%. 96 is okay. And also keep having your aircraft in line. Okay, we're rotating now. Slowly push your aircraft back. Here up. And this is us going up, guys. Right, 100%. I'll be climbing now to 22,000 feet, which I've already set for my when I was parked. Speed, we're going too much, so you try and get your speed, have your speed, especially when you're playing online, guys. Have your speed 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Don't go over that, because otherwise you get a violation, and you don't get violations. Always use XP and things like that. So we are climbing at 3,200 feet per minute, but I'm gonna get it down to my 3,000 feet, flaps up, and here we go, guys. We keep our landing lights on until we climb over 10,000 feet. Slowly start getting down a bit. I'll keep it to 2,700 feet. This is it about part 1, guys. I hope you guys understand what this is going on, what's going on with this tutorial. As you can see now, guys, we have all our autopilot set, so all the instruments like the headings, auto throttle, altitude and vertical speed are all set. So it's now you just need to keep an eye on your bearing. You can change all of this by just pressing on it, okay, and moving it left and right. You can get your own settings, which is really important for the game. I have my bearing on, which shows me which heading I should turn to go with flight plan. So it says 266 degrees, and now it's set on my autopilot 266 degrees, just to keep me in track with my flight planning. Okay, guys, as you can see down below now, it's the estimated time to destination, which is 70 minutes with the speed I'm going now. Distance to destination, which is here, 77 nautical miles. Flight time, I've been flying for 2 minutes now. Temperature -60, like I said, guys. By holding it, you can change all of this by moving it left and right, up and down and all that. So you can change it like and get the ones that you want to be looking at. So this is it of part 1, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you at part 2 of the video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.